So what's your opinion on Brahms music?
It's lovely. Can we keep it? It's very soothing.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I like the symphonies, I have to say, but my favourite Brahms is the chamber music.
I've loved Brahms since I must have been about 15 when I first heard his violin concerto.
Actually, I happen to have an essay on Brahms right here in my pocket, and I think we can find that Brahms was actually seen as quite a stuffy composer, but really he was more of a progressive academic.
Wow.
It's probably one of the first musicians I've ever heard. Obviously, Natural Reason, the Lullaby.
It's all like piano, orchestra, kind of very classical.
I love Brahms' music really because I first came across it when I wanted to listen to, say, the Franck's violin sonata, and on the other side of my 78 was the horn trio of Brahms.
I love Brahms. Brahms writes fascinating double bass parts and very satisfying to play double bass parts.
It's quite dramatic, makes me want to go and dance somewhere with lots of people, like in a big room with a big dress.
And I'm attached to, his sound simply because it's something very simple.
Brahms, my initial impression, he's very German and very masculine.
Rock. Ooh, yeah.
The Brahms sextets in particular, I think are absolutely gorgeous. I love those.
As Schoenberg has said, he synthesised a lot of romantic elements between kind of more modern harmony and kind of delaying the cadential sequences.
I love Brahms because I think he's a very musical composer, if that sounds odd. He liked pure music.
Brahms is one of my favourite composers because as a violinist it's amazing music to play because even playing the second violin part it's always very lyrical.
I have to say that my love of Brahms has been completely ruined by being in youth orchestras and having to rehearse day after day after day the symphonies because there's so much detail involved in them that it just got really frustrating.
Yeah, this one is not soothing at all. It's just it's a bit scary. It's like something from the Phantom of Opera, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's quite atmospheric and it's obviously building up something there.
I love the tunes. The melodies are absolutely beautiful. Very romantic music, so it's lovely.
I love Brahms because when I was about 17 I took up the French horn and I bought some LPs at the time, remember those days, and one of them was Brahms' horn trio of a recording by Dennis Brain, and that kind of sparked a real interest.
I don't hear enough of Brahms and I particularly like his orchestrations and the warmth of his music.
Music like the Requiem is such one of the most moving pieces of music I find myself, and so I absolutely adore playing that piece.
The German Requiem and the motets of Brahms are full of stylistic references to early music, but they also quite clearly belong to the 19th century.
I love Brahms because I think of all the 19th century composers, that in his concertos and his symphonies and his chamber music, the melody, the lyrical works are really superb. I mean, I smile when I listen to Brahms because of the melodies.
Very expressive. Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it, yeah.
You have to say that anyway, so.
You don't have to say that.
My most memorable Brahms moment is the second movement of the Third Symphony, which is just beautiful. But otherwise, I don't really have a strong opinion either way.
I think that some people find Brahms a little bit difficult, but I love the way that with very few notes he makes lots of space and you really feel drawn in a very special way.
It's not my kind of music, but I can see myself listening to it like on a Sunday whilst I'm cleaning the house. But it's cool.
So you don't hate it? No, not at all.
No, why should I hate it?
Some people do.
Oh, okay, because they
What
don't
can you
like
hate about
classical
that?
music.
That's not offensive at all.
And so you've got it all. You've got very exciting kind of rhythmical passages, and you've got very sweeping romantic tunes. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
But perhaps most importantly, one must appreciate that Brahms' fascination with these elements borders on an almost spiritual affinity with the expressive intensity of the music by his predecessors, something arguably lost in many late Baroque and classical pieces, but which is undoubtedly evident in the Romantic environment, which he developed in.
Yeah, I would say in general, I love Brahms, yeah.
So we're going to be seeing you at a Brahms concert?
I wasn't aware of any Brahms concerts.
Well, there you go.
Thanks very much.
Johannes Brahms, he's a top geezer.